One truth you should always remember is the market doesn't really give a fuck about your rent. It doesn't care if you need to win or that you need time to learn. And it sure as hell ain't gonna slow down so that you can catch up. If you're walking into Forex like most arrogant tools nowadays, thinking it owes you something, then I'm here to tell you, you've already lost the game. Because effort alone isn't enough. No matter who tells you, sooner or later, you're gonna go out into the real market, and you're gonna face real experiences and get humbled very fast. The game only rewards people who move with precision, not emotion. And the faster you figure that out, the less it's gonna cost you. Trading your first live account is like losing your virginity. You think you're ready, then 30 seconds in, well, it's all over. You're sweaty, confused, and wondering where your money went. It's pretty true. And now you're just sitting there staring at the screen like, was that it? By the time this video ends, you're gonna stop thinking like some guy hoping to get lucky and start thinking like a pro running an actual business. You're gonna understand why most people lose before they even place the trade and why this ain't about finding the perfect setup. It's about becoming the version of you that doesn't fold when the shit gets tough. Because once your mindset shifts, that's when trading finally starts making sense. If you don't fix this part of the game, you're fucked. You'll keep blowing accounts and blaming strategies that were never the issue. You'll jump from signal to signal, thinking someone else has your answers. And you'll sit there wondering why the hell nothing ever sticks, when the problem was between your ears the whole time. Every time I got emotional, every time I forced a setup, every time I tried to get my money back, I was trading from impulse, not identity. That's when everything changed. I stopped trying to trade like the other people, and I started building the mindset that could actually survive this game. I want to introduce someone to you real quick. His name is Sam. He's 25, got a boring 9-to-5 job, a dented Honda, and a dream. He just moved into his first apartment, walls thin as paper, the kitchen barely works. He's trying to figure life out and wishing he could do something bigger than just clock in and clock out. He found Forex scrolling late at night on TikTok. He had heard of it before from some different videos online, but never really thought about it. Then on this night, he sees a clip of someone flipping accounts and thinks, why can't that be me? So he downloaded a platform, watched a few hype videos, and then just jumped right in. There's no real strategy, no plan, just pure adrenaline and belief. And here's the realest shit I'll say today. Sam didn't lose because he's stupid. He didn't blow his account because he's lazy or reckless. He lost because he was trading from emotion, not identity. See, when you don't have trading identity, your feelings, they run the show. That means when the chart moves fast, you panic, you chase it, and when you finally win, you risk more because now you feel invincible. Impulse says, this might work, let's go big. Identity says, this setup fits my playbook, let's execute it clean. Impulse is desperate, emotional, and chaotic as hell. Identity is calm and consistent and focused even when it's not so much fun. You ever feel like you're being tossed around by the market? Like one day you're up, the next day you're wrecked, and it makes absolutely no sense. It's not because trading is impossible, it's because you don't have a framework yet. You're trading like a different person every single day. And let me be blunt, you'll never get consistent results with an inconsistent identity. If you can't define how you can trade, then how can you improve it? Most people don't fail because they're dumb. They fail because they never built these rules, the groundwork for their own identity. They never said, this is the type of trader I am. You think this is a game about knowing more than other people? It's not. It's about knowing yourself better than you've ever have before. Because until you do that, your own emotions will be your worst drawdown. Every dollar you lose will be you fighting yourself, not really the market. You don't build identity by hoping that you get lucky one day. You build it by getting smacked in the face and choosing not to fold. There's a system for that, a way to recover, reset, and stay sharp when the market tries to break you. So picture this, Sam finally sticks to his setup and he takes that trade. The price, it fakes out, the candle flips, and boom, just like that, he's down 120 bucks. Now, instead of breathing and resetting, Sam's already in another trade 30 seconds later. Not because it made sense, but because his brain said, I gotta get that money back. This is what kills the most new traders. They don't have a system to reset when it goes sideways. They lose on one trade and they start spinning like they're stuck in a dryer. And the next thing you know, the whole week's gone, the account's blown, and well, their confidence, that's the bed too. I had to learn the hard way. Recovery isn't about making money back. It's about protecting your psychology so you can show up again tomorrow. You gotta have something that you fall back on, something that anchors you. For me, it was stepping away and reviewing my journal and reminding myself why I ever even started this. I'd pull up my journal and look at the setups that actually worked, not the trades that I forced, not the emotional ones. I'd look at the ones I waited for, the ones that I planned, I tagged them, executed them cleanly, and that's what brought me back. They're not the hope, not the hype, the real data and real practiced habits. Most of y'all think recovery is about revenge, but real traders recover through structure. We build rules so we can handle the storm without flipping the out. Without that, you're just gambling and praying not to drown. See, Once you learn how to stop spiraling, now we can actually start building. Not just building wins, I'm talking about building the way your mind shows up every day. Because if your brain's stuck thinking short term, you're always gonna chase and panic. But once you stretch your time frame, everything slows down. Everything starts to make sense. That's when Sam stopped staring at his phone every second. He wasn't panicking over every 5-pip move or second guessing a setup just because it didn't pop off in 10 minutes. He started thinking bigger. Before that, his brain was stuck in a microwave mode. Like every trade had to hit fast or he'd feel like a failure. Every loss felt like the end of the world. Every win made him think he was invincible. That constant flip-flop, it's a trap. It burns your energy before you even get the chance to actually grow. Time framing your mind means just zooming out. Instead of asking, did I win today? Sam started asking, did I trade according to my plan? He stopped grading himself on outcomes and started grading himself on his execution. Then when you finally start building some confidence, like real confidence, not that fake stuff that you get after one good win, this is when trading becomes dangerous in a very good way. Because once your mindset starts to slow down, your clarity speeds up. Sam wasn't trying to force trades, he was just trying to feel productive. He started waiting, planning, playing offense, not defense. And let me say this, if you're still out here bouncing from indicator to indicator, YouTube video to YouTube video, trying to find the perfect setup every single morning, that's just a symptom of a short-term mind. I'm not judging, I lived there. Sam lived there. Most people live there until it breaks them. But once you stop trying to win the day and you start trying to win the year, that's when things will start to change. And listen, I don't care if you're just getting started or if you've been trading for years. You don't need to prove anything to anyone except a version of yourself that shows up tomorrow to hit those goals. Make sure you also hit that subscribe button, speaking of which, to ensure you keep growing through these videos. Because when that guy has discipline, structure, and a time-based mindset, he's lethal. Now that Sam's not spiraling every time shit gets rough, we can actually start crafting something real. This is where the actual edge gets built. Not from luck, not from guessing, but from designing the way your brain responds when the game gets fast. Because trading ain't about reacting, it's about being ready before it even happens. And if you don't design the edge on purpose, you'll break every time the pressure hits. Look, some people come into this game with natural talent. They see a chart and their gut just knows what to do. People who are strong with recognizing patterns or reacting quickly to markets and climates, I'm not one of those people. And chances are you aren't either, but you don't need talent when your edge is built, not born. See, Sam figured something out that most traders never will. He stopped trying to compete with instinct and started building systems. I'm talking about real mental systems, one that hold the line, not motivation, not hype, but structure that keeps you from falling apart. Every morning, Sam reviews his last 3 trades without any emotion. He journals how he felt, what the chart looked like, and why. When he looked for patterns, is he forcing entries when bored, or is he avoiding certain trades because of the fear from last week? That's not talent. That's discipline most people will never develop. It's called an edge. It's built in silence when nobody's watching and nobody's clapping for you. And once the system's in place, you stop reacting like a rookie. You execute like a machine because the guesswork's kind of gone. Sure, it's not flashy right away, but try saying that again after you see some results. It's not just journaling either, it's conviction before entry. It's knowing the setup, the reason, the conditions, the math. Sam doesn't take a trade unless it checks every damn box, because one bad entry is all it takes to spiral out. Mental edge means you control what you can before shit hits. You don't pray the trade works, you prepare for both outcomes. Stop loss is set, your risk is already capped, emotions already settled, you don't flinch because the work was done long before the entry. And that's where Market Memo changed everything for him. He's not just typing notes, he's tagging every damn move. The setup, the session, the conviction, the risk level, the strategy type, his trading results. So when he looks back, he's not guessing, he sees the truth. You think talent built that? No, structure did. You don't need to be a genius to do this. You just need to give enough of a shit to track your work. And Market Memo gave Sam the playbook to win, not just survive. This is what the real edge is. Not talent, but tracking. Not IQ, but reflection. If you want to last in this game, you got to build your mind, because the market's going to eat the lazy ones alive every time. You need a brain that's built to survive some chaos and still perform. And that kind of mind, it ain't built by accident, it's designed. Every time you sit at the charts, you're building something. You're either building a fragile ass ego that cracks under pressure, or you're gonna build a real system that holds the line. The game doesn't care who you are, it cares what you can handle. And if you're tired of guessing and hoping and spiraling, then stop. Build the habits, track the trades, sharpen the mindset, and get real with it. Because the edge you're looking for, it's not out there, it's inside. It's the one that clicks. You don't just trade differently, you start to move differently. So make sure you click on the next video if you want to learn more about how Forex actually works. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.